did these 3 exercises for just 1 week, and my stubborn belly that stuck out for years finally went flat. People kept asking me, "Toddy, you're a trainer, so why is your belly sticking out?" And it was true. In the morning, it seemed flat. But as soon as I ate, by the evening I'd walk around looking 4 months pregnant, even though I have almost no fat. And look at it now, my stomach is flat, even after lunch. Today I'm going to give you 3 exercises that helped me. They do something that neither diets nor regular exercises can accomplish. They release the spasm that's pushing your belly out, strengthen the inner core, and put the organs back in place. Your belly goes flat, not because you're sucking it in, but because there's nothing pushing it out from the inside anymore. By the way, when I was 26, I was diagnosed with a grade 3 kidney prolapse. The doctors suggested surgery, but the exercises helped me raise my kidney and avoid surgery altogether. And please, forget about crunches. When we do crunches, we're working the rectus abdominis muscle, the one that's responsible for a six-pack. It sits on the surface and just acts like a curtain, simply covering what lies underneath it. It doesn't hold in the volume and has no effect on whether your stomach sticks out or not. And while we're working the wrong muscles, the problem gets worse, and that's why we're going to take a different approach. I'll break down 3 reasons your belly sticks out, and for each one, I'll give you an exercise. Each exercise doesn't just work on the stomach. One reduces facial puffiness and helps with incontinence. Another relieves bloating and lower back pain, and the third one lifts your jawline. And at the very end of the video, I'll explain the specifics and how often you need to do these exercises to make your stomach flat once and for all. Hit like to save this workout for later, and let's begin. The first reason for a protruding stomach is pressure from above and from below. Above the stomach is the diaphragm, a large muscle that separates the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. Normally, it works like a piston. When we breathe, it moves up and down and massages the internal organs. But due to stress, a sedentary lifestyle, that habit of always sucking in your belly, remember how they told us as kids, suck in your stomach, straighten your back, the diaphragm gets tight. And instead of rising gently, it presses down on the organs. And below, there's a floor holding things up, your pelvic floor. It acts like a hammock, supporting your organs from beneath. But with age after childbirth, this hammock weakens and gets tight. So what happens is a tight diaphragm pressing down from above and a clenched pelvic floor from below. The organs have nowhere to go, and they push the abdominal wall forward. And it's a vicious cycle. We see our stomach sticking out, so we start sucking it in. And that makes the diaphragm even tighter, and the pressure on the organs increases. Let's do a quick test to see how your diaphragm is working. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your stomach, right here under the ribs, and take a few deep breaths. Which hand of yours rises more? If it's your chest, it means you're breathing shallowly and your diaphragm is definitely tight. Let me show you an exercise that relieves the spasm. Before doing the exercise, please check the contraindications in the description below. We need to lie on our backs. We lie down, feet flat on the floor for support. We will be breathing with our belly. First, watch how we do it. We inhale and inflate our belly. Inhale through your nose. The belly has inflated, meaning our ribs are pushed forward and the belly is pushed forward. Then we exhale through the mouth. And look, when we exhale, our lower back presses against the floor. And at this time, we tuck our pelvis toward ourselves. And the belly presses as much as possible toward the lower back. That is, well, as much as you can. Press it. Inhale again, inflating the belly. And look, it turns out that our tailbone is now pressing against the floor and the belly is inflating. The ribs protrude. Now exhale again, and as you exhale, we will massage your tummy with our hands. So exhale, and on the exhale, we begin to gently massage the belly. Press your hands into your belly and massage clockwise. That's the direction food travels. Now inhale again, inflate the belly, and press the tailbone to the floor. And the belly protrudes. And exhale. We tuck our pelvis toward ourselves, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, and pull them up. And at this time, our stomach becomes flat, and we make circular movements clockwise as we exhale. And inhale. And on the exhale. We don't massage the belly on the inhale, only on the exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And this exercise also improves your face. When your diaphragm moves freely, it acts like a pump, pushing lymph through your whole body. So puffiness and bags under the eyes start to go away on their own. You do it for your belly, and as a bonus, you get a fresher face. Nice bonus, right? Also, abdominal bloating goes away. The second reason is a weakened core. I'm talking about the transverse abdominis muscle, or more precisely, its weakness. It's the only muscle that wraps all the way around your waist, like a built-in belt. Imagine a corset that cinches your waist from the inside. This is the transverse muscle. Its main job is to keep the stomach flat and prevent the organs from bulging out. But here's the problem. Your typical moves, crunches, leg raises, planks barely touch it. They work out the rectus abdominis muscle, the one responsible for six-pack abs. And who needs those anyway? Meanwhile, the transverse muscle is left doing nothing. And with age, if you don't specifically train it, it weakens, and your natural corset simply stops holding its shape. Here's an exercise that specifically engages this muscle and restores its tone. The transverse abdominis muscle is only activated during breathing exercises. That's why we're going to be doing breathing exercises. You can either stand or sit. Place your hands right here on your lower ribs. Place your hands just like this. Now, we're going to inhale through the nose for a count of 3 and inflate our belly. We're not just pushing the belly out. Instead, the belly inflates by engaging the lower part of your lungs. So, you should inhale in a way that your lungs push your ribs apart. Inhale through your nose for a count of 3. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Look, we've inflated the belly, see? And our ribs have expanded in the front, on the sides, and even in the back. And now we're going to exhale, a full exhale, deflating the belly. See? The belly is deflated, and you'll feel it with your hands. That's why your hands are there, so you can feel your ribs closing. And do a short hold. At first, you can hold it for just 1 or 2 seconds, and then work your way up to 5 to 7 seconds. Exhale through your mouth. Okay, let's go. Again, we'll inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3. The lungs have pushed the ribs apart, meaning our ribs have expanded. And because of that, our belly has also expanded, meaning it's pushing forward and out to the sides. It has expanded. And we exhale through the mouth for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with your palms, you will feel your ribs closing. And do a short hold. Well, to start, you can just do it for a couple of seconds. Inhale once more. 1, 2, 3. The belly has inflated and the ribs have expanded. The ribs expand in the front, on the sides, and even in the back. And now we deflate the belly, exhaling for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Push out every last bit of air. As you exhale, you'll feel your transverse abdominis muscle contract, and you'll feel it pulling your tummy in. On a deep exhale, it engages reflexively, so you don't need to consciously tighten it. It will engage on its own. And hold it for a moment. A bonus from this exercise, which will be especially great for those who've had lower back pain or sudden shooting pains. The transverse abdominis muscle is a natural corset that stabilizes and protects the lower back. The result is that the nagging pain you get after sitting or walking for a long time will go away. The third reason is organ prolapse. All our internal organs, intestines, kidneys, stomach, are held in place by ligaments. Think of it as a suspension system keeping everything from dropping. But with age, after childbirth, due to a sedentary lifestyle or excess weight, these ligaments weaken and stretch. The organs literally slide down and, due to gravity, push out the lower belly. I know this firsthand. At 26, I was diagnosed with a grade 3 kidney prolapse, and the doctors seriously recommended surgery. But it was working with the deep muscles that support the organs from below that helped me improve my condition to a first-degree prolapse and avoid surgery. So you can strengthen the ligaments, and it really works. Now I'll show you an exercise that lifts the organs back into place. We need to lie on our back, place your feet on the floor for support, and place your hands right here on your lower abdomen. Right here are your pelvic bones, and you'll place your hands just above them. First, we're going to inhale and inflate the belly. Inhale through your nose and inflate your tummy. And as you exhale, lift your pelvis. Sink your hands inward, right into your belly, sink them in, and pull your hands up toward your ribs. Right here, toward the ribs, hold your breath. Don't lift your pelvis too high, just a little bit. And again, inhale through your nose, inflate your belly, and release your hands. So, we're moving our hands back down. Now, exhale again. The belly pulls in, your hands slide and pull upward as we lift the pelvis. Your hands pull right up toward your ribs. Hold and inhale again. Lower your pelvis as you inhale. One more time. Inhale and now exhale. And look, we're literally pulling the internal organs up here toward the ribs. We're pulling up your intestines, all your internal organs. And inhale again. Exhale, pull the organs up. Press the belly in and pull your hands right up here toward the ribs. Hold it for a few seconds. Inhale, inflate your belly. Place your hands right here under your pelvic bones. Exhale. And pull your organs right up here towards your ribs. Inhale and exhale. Sink your hands right in there into your belly and pull up. Don't worry, you won't hurt anything. Instead, you'll give your belly a good massage and lift your organs, putting them back in place. Don't overdo it. If any pain arises, we stop. So, there should be no pain, no unpleasant sensations. If you experience anything like that, stop and read the contraindications in the video description. And this exercise has a whole bunch of bonuses. First, it lifts your face. Our ligament system is connected throughout the entire body. And if things are sagging and pulling down below, it will also pull things down up top, along the myofascial chains, hence the sagging jawline and jowls. Strengthen the ligaments below, and your face will lift on its own, without any procedures. Second, it lifts the female organs, which helps with incontinence and hemorrhoids, because all of these are signs of the same problem, a weak ligament system and organ prolapse. The exercise schedule. How often should you do it? Ideally, every day for 5 to 7 minutes. It's best to do it in the morning on an empty stomach or in the afternoon, an hour and a half after a meal. The minimum that also works is 4 to 5 times a week. It's important not to suck in your stomach on purpose. It gets pulled in by the exhale, without pain, without effort. Consistency is more important than trying too hard. The first exercise we do 1 to 2 times a day. For 6 to 10 calm breathing cycles. If you have stress, anxiety, or swelling, do it daily. This is the foundation. The second exercise is the internal corset. Once a day, 5 to 7 gentle repetitions. We hold for 5 to 7 seconds. Importantly, this is not strength training. If you're shaking during the hold, you've pushed too hard. The third exercise is the glute bridge. We do it once a day for 6 to 8 repetitions or 1 to 2 minutes of smooth movement. The rule is, it's better to go gentle and consistent than rare and hardcore. Here's a simple routine. 1 exercise for the diaphragm and pelvic floor, 1 for the transverse abdominis muscle, and 1 for support from below. It's only 5 to 7 minutes a day, and the result is your stomach flattens on its own. Bloating after meals is reduced, your internal organs are lifted, and incontinence incontinence goes away. If you do this for a month, the effect becomes stable, and not just until bedtime.